Okay guys, thanks for jumping in on this push-up series, okay? So we're gonna primarily be looking at this from a body weight perspective, but a lot of people want their push-ups, and this is a real nice way just to progressively build up the difficulty so that you're always feeling like you're able to do something rather than just feeling like you're failing over and over and over again, okay? So we're gonna start with the incline push-up to kick us off, okay? So this will be probably the least challenging of the movements, and if we start here, at least then we can build up, okay? So James is gonna come down to the floor. Both his hands are gonna be on the bench, knees are gonna be on the floor. From here, he's just gonna lower himself towards the bench, bringing his chest towards the bench. As you can see, his elbows aren't flared out to the side. They're nice and close to the body at about a 45-degree angle. Then he's just gonna drive away from the bench to full extension, making sure his elbows are fully locked out at the top. Then from here, just to increase that difficulty, once you're happy on the knees, you're gonna come up to your toes, and exactly the same thing applies. James is just gonna lower himself down, driving up and away from the bench. As you can see with his body, guys, if you want to do another one there, James, you can see his body is staying completely straight the whole way through the movement. The hips aren't sagging, we're not losing any of that control in the body. He's just staying nice and straight the whole way through the movement and back up to the top again. Perfect. So once we're happy with that incline motion, we can then come to the floor, okay, and make it horizontal, okay? So you don't have to progress that quickly either, guys. You can maybe place something a wee bit lower than the bench, but still higher than the floor, and just progress gradually, okay? But for the purpose of this, we're gonna come straight to the floor. James is gonna start on his knees, and then from here, if you wanna just move back a wee bit, James, there, just. Perfect. And then from here, he's gonna do exactly the same, bending at the elbows, keeping a 45-degree angle on those elbows, and then driving up and away from the floor. Making sure, guys, super important, we're bringing the chest and thighs to the floor to get that full range of motion, as you can see. Then we're gonna drive away and get those elbows locked out at the top. We don't wanna shorten that range of movement. The same's gonna apply here then once you progress to the toes from the floor, okay? So James is up on his toes, he's just gonna lower himself to the floor and driving back up to the top. Lovely. Great stuff. So that's your progression to the push-up on the floor. Then again, if you want to up the ante, guys, what you can then do is flip it round. So James is going to come up onto the bench. Happy enough? Yeah. Going to come up onto the bench. And what we can do from here, guys, is, I was actually thinking putting your feet up on the bench. So making things a wee bit, yeah, decline. Oh, okay. Yeah, so getting the feet up. Yeah, I know. So getting the feet up onto the bench, again, forming that nice push-up position. So hands are just outside shoulder width, feet are up in the bench. This is gonna be a lot more difficult, guys. We're gonna send the chin towards the floor, driving up and away. Again, all the points of performance. One more rep, James. And up. And finish. Nice. Good. So again, guys, everything applies here. Nice straight body, keeping everything squeezed tight in the belly, and just making sure we're getting through that full range of motion, okay? That'll be the most difficult body weight version that we can do of our push-up. But what we can then push on to after that would be different variations on the actual bench as well. We can start adding load using the dumbbells or even the barbell as well to increase the difficulty and getting a nice push through that range of motion. So that's our push series, guys, especially looking at the push-up. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks.